welcome to the Science Faction Podcast, where science meets fact meets fiction.
This is Science Faction for the week of September 14th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Dominguez, and with me today, two individuals that are super excited about planetary news.
I'm Benjamin Daniel Ellis. I'm really excited about planetary news. What news?
Oh, this planet!
Devon Craft.
So much news on this planet.
Yeah, lots of news.
Wild, weird, wild stuff. Hi, gentlemen. It is Sunday night. We're recording at our new time. No word yet if Renee's going to jump scare us during this episode, but maybe she will. We don't know. It's fine if she does.
5 Nights at Renee's.
Oh, jeez. Have you played that game? That 5 Nights at Freddy's?
I played a little bit of the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just jump?
Yeah,
I've never played. Is it just jump scares?
Kind of. I mean, the first one's okay. So I know very little about the entire series, but one of my son's best friends is like way into it and talks at length about it to anyone who will listen.
As kids do. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, just the passion for the 5 Nights at Freddy's franchise. I would like to the first game, and I didn't get very far in it, but it's essentially you're a security guard just watching these closed circuit TVs in at the night time.
Security cameras.
Yeah, security cameras during the nighttime at a Chuck E. Cheese like place.
Ah, the old rat casino.
Yes, the old rat casino. And so, yeah, which I think that's a great name for this episode.
This is a rat casino. This whole episode. Did like the I'm guessing the animatronics move around, come to life, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So what's the
some of them
the gameplay then? Just looking at the screens?
Yeah, you're looking and then you also have the ability to like close and open some doors, turn on some lights, turn off some lights, that sort of thing.
Okay, so you have some remote manipulation of things.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, mind you, I've only played the 3DS homebrew version of the first 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Hipster. What? Come on.
But from what I've heard, it's like, oh, this is actually like really close to the PC original.
I'll only play Monopoly if all the pieces are carved from walnut by an 87-year-old man.
Yeah. Why you're saying that like that's weird, Steve?
I mean, Devon, bring us back to reality.
I've told you this.
On
several occasions.
This is crazy. Devon, tell us something about your life that's normal.
Normal?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, have you guys been paying attention to the news lately? I mean, it's kind of hard not to.
I mean, yeah, but we don't have to talk about that, do we?
What part of it specifically? Because most of it no, but some of it yes.
Well, I mean, the pending civil war. Basically.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, are we even allowed to talk to you anymore? You're in Texas. I think this is illegal. This is an illegal podcast now.
No, I mean, just mostly just things about politics. And I kind of I wanted to rant about politics because I always do.
Yeah.
And this week is particularly galling.
Yes.
And then there's someone I don't have a lot of friends here in Tyler. I have acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure people I have a group of guys I play games with. And one of them in particular, his wife is friends with Jen, and so they hang out a lot. And so him and I kind of hang out every so often. And he's definitely conservative. and he's been posting things on Facebook lately, and I do not respond to things on Facebook. I don't post political things because you're not going to change anyone's mind. You're just going to get like pulled into a fight that no one's going to learn anything. It's not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to respond to some of the stuff he posted today because it's just like very just not helpful.
Yeah.
In a time when we should all be coming together and trying to see what makes us, brings us together as Americans rather than further dividing ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
which is
people
hard to
are
do
not
because-
interested in that, surprisingly.
Well, and just, yeah.
Yeah.
And like what I would love to point out, which is going to sound again like taking sides, but it seems to me that just about every prominent Democrat has condemned political violence and said we need to come together, we need to work this out. And yet there is more than one. There's one in particular Republican leader in the White House.
We got it.
Who wants none of that.
Yeah. He does.
Oh yeah.
Not
Yes.
So while I don't want to, that's the problem in having this conversation is you want to be like, look, let's all calm down. Your side is wrong. It's like, I don't want them to do that to me. And it's
Right.
very hard not to do that to them.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, again, everybody just calm down. Everybody take a step back, but it's not going to happen. And it's just going to get worse and worse. And it's very frustrating.
I've got a good way
week-
to segue away from this. But Ben, go ahead.
Oh,
Ben.
you want to segue away from it?
I had
'Cause
to
I was
bring it
gonna
up
di-
because
I was
that
going
was
to dive
all-
right
that's
in.
what was on my mind. And I was like, I need to bring it up because I wanted to bring it up. But I also
I have
know
like a
that it's
real
not
life
fun to talk
story
about, so
Yeah, I have a real life story that totally ties into this.
Go for it. Give us your story.
All right. So, as you know, I'm a crossing guard at a school, and I'm there with one of the, like, in the morning. I'm also the person that puts up and takes down the flag during the day.
Okay.
But I do it after I'm done crossing the guard, doing crossing guard stuff. So this lady parks in a staff parking spot, walks up to me and another one of the staff members and says, "Hey, excuse me, are you the principal?" to the woman saying next to me. She goes, "Oh no, I'm the counselor here. Is there something we can help you with?" And she says, "Well, I heard that the flag wasn't being put up here." I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Ben. I'm responsible for doing that." And she looked at me kind of weird. Now, maybe it was because I was wearing at the time a very large rainbow hat, but
It's for visibility. It's so people can
right, it's
see
for
you
visibility.
because you're in the middle of traffic,
Exactly.
and it's fun for the kids. And it's not
Yes,
always a
yeah.
rainbow hat.
It's not always a rainbow hat, but that day it was.
Yeah.
And so, I can imagine that she was perhaps a little bit off put by that. and I said, and she's like, "Well, the flag's not up." I said, "Yes, we're a little short staffed and it'll be up a little bit later." And she goes, "Oh, okay." Cause one of the parents came to me and told me that there was, that the flag wasn't being put up. I said, "I'm sorry. Can you tell me why someone would come to you about why we haven't put up the flag?" And she just kind of looked sheepishly at me and just kind of like, "Well, because I guess she knows that I'm someone that reports on schools that aren't putting up the flag."
Oh, you're a
And I
narc?
said,
Cool.
I said, "Oh, can I see some credentials?" And she starts like backing away. She's, and she was like, "Well, it's supposed to be at half mass." I said, "Yes, until Sunday, it's supposed to be at half mass, and it will be." She goes, "Good, because if it wasn't, we'd have real problems."
Oh, cool. A threat.
And then she walks away.
Neat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, man. Like, as if it is so nice to be both understaffed and underappreciated.
Yeah.
But just honestly, if she had stuck around and been someone that was interested in solving the problem, I could say, "Well, if you have the time and would like to assist in making sure this happens to your satisfaction, we can work that out. You can be, a concerned community member, they can take this off of my plate. That would be wonderful.
No,
But
they just
no.
want to point fingers and blame and make threats. I mean, that's essentially what it came
Yeah.
down to. Pointed fingers, wanted blame,
Yes.
made threats.
Now,
So
the reason why it goes full mast or half mast at any time is not for me to make a decision about whether I agree with it or not. For specifically this week, like, I do my job, and when I'm told that I'm not doing a good job by a community member, I tell them, please direct your concerns to the front office.
yeah.
That's the only way to get real change to happen. But yeah, so it's just so weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
and
nosy people really like to be nosy. Let me guess. She white?
yes, she is.
No kidding. See, racism goes both
Yeah,
ways. Now, I'm going to segue away from this unless you got something really good to say about it.
Devon.
Okay. No.
No.
Look,
No.
so
All right.
with all
I'll
of
keep my
the
job.
political stuff that's happening, and that has been happening for the past, has it been 6 months or something, 8, 9 months, whatever. And then thinking about the other 4 years that we had, I watched Mickey 17 recently.
Mm-hmm.
So Mickey 17 is not a very good movie. But there's a part of it that could have been a whole lot better. And that is if somebody else had been elected all those years ago.
Oh.
So if you guys cast your days way back to when, politicians were still politicians, and when the Cheeto in chief, I'm not going to say his name. I don't want to say his name because of the algorithms. They'll get me. We all thought it was kind of a joke. There are, not all of us. A large swath of society was just like, there's no way. This is hilarious. Like, how ridiculous would this be if this happened? And then it happened. If you watch Mickey 17 and the political satire in that movie, it harkens back to that day, to those days where it was like, there's no way somebody like this could ever be in power. Look how silly it is.
Yeah, but it was made. I mean, maybe the story itself might have been written before that, but the movie was made just like a year or two ago.
No, I totally
After
understand
Trump
that.
was elected.
I don't know if like the type of political commentary that they were going for in that movie, if that's what they were referencing or not. But when you watch the movie, there is very clearly a buffoon in a position of power that it's very easy to say, oh, this is what they're talking about. But it falls flat because we know that a whole lot of people got behind that person. And so suddenly the movie isn't silly, isn't like a silly satire. It's just the silly goes away, and it's just, oh, this is just sad. And yeah. But beyond that part of the movie, though,
That's true. It was made before. Obviously, it was made before the 2024 election. So even though he had already been president once, it was kind of seen that like, well, it's not going to happen again.
there's no way
No
it's
one's
going to
gonna be
happen
dumb enough.
again. Oh
Not
no,
gonna-
it's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that when watching that movie, those parts of it fell flat for me because it just isn't funny right now. And that could be because of, well, just how things are. The other parts of the movie, the more like sci-fi, like we're going to clone somebody and send them to a planet and to like let them do all the dangerous stuff so that we can discover things. That part of the movie I liked, but that part was kind of almost a B plot eventually to the other plot of the movie. But those bits of it felt like a really clever short, like a sci-fi short that you would see of like the whole like cloning jokes that would happen. So anyway, it's on wherever I watched it. It's streaming now. Check it out. It's not awful, but it's also not great either. It's in this weird limbo of like, it's fine, I guess. So anyways,
I watched it. I think I gave my review on the show a few months ago.
Yeah, I think did you see it in the
It was about
theater?
the same. No, I saw it on streaming.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome.
Yeah.
I also finished this season of Rick and Morty, which is on HBO Max now, is its name. Again, decent season.
Yeah.
Was it
Okay.
10 episodes? The every
Yeah,
season they have.
I got 4 in.
Okay.
And I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
Which is an accomplishment for me lately, ladies and gentlemen.
Does it feel particularly violent to you, or just normal?
Yeah, but not more so than typical.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, it felt
Could be I just haven't watched
I mean,
Rick and Morty in a long time.
there were a couple of very blink and you miss it things that made me like go audibly ooh, for
Okay.
sure, early on this season. So yeah, maybe it is a little bit more violent. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
the couple of lore-heavy episodes I thought were decent, and all the others were Rick and Morty. So it's fine. That was a solid like B- season for me. It's above average, but not by much. Anyway, what else is going on, guys? Anything? Or should we move on?
I got my COVID booster Friday night.
Heck yeah.
And I recommend everybody, if you're interested, get it while you can.
And there's a cheat code for this, right?
There's a little bit of a cheat code for it. If you get any questions, now I didn't have to do this. If you get any questions about stuff, you can say that you have asthma. Nobody's gonna check.
Yeah, that's one of those non-checkable yet serious diseases that.
Right.
See, here's the thing. We're getting different, like, again, all this political nonsense. We got the complete wrong person in charge of our health now, or the CDC stuff. And I keep thinking to like, okay, those are, recommendations that are supposed to be from a bunch of doctors. But, if you still go to your doctor, they still want to keep you healthy, right? An honest doctor still wants to find a way, big wink, wink, winks and nudges here. They want to find a way to keep you healthy. The good ones do. So, maybe you've got asthma today because you need a booster shot. Maybe it's one of those asthmas that comes and goes. Who knows? Just keep that in mind. And also, I don't
think I would have a problem
checking. You wouldn't have a problem with what?
I mean, I don't think the supply here is like dwindling. Like there's too much demand.
Yeah, where you're at.
That I would need to fake. But I would need to fake a malady in order to jump ahead in line.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about your COVID booster, take Ben's advice.
Yeah, just if you're interested, I'm not interested in getting sick. I've already had my flu shot. I've had my COVID shot. Now, I had a very mild reaction to the COVID shot this year, which in previous years I've had kind of a pretty solid, pretty terrible reaction sometimes.
Oh, bummer.
Well, I mean, better than when I had COVID. That is for certain.
It's crazy how differently it affects people. Like my kids, it's like a cold. For me, it's like a fever with a low flu. For Martine, deathbed for like a week, and then finally she comes out of it. It's just wild how that happens. Anyways, looks like we're roundabouts 19 minutes in. So we need to get to the good stuff. This is a podcast about science and science fiction. If you've forgotten, it's time for Future or Now.
Now.
Thank you. Who wants to go first?
I want to hear from Devon.
I do too. Devon, this is the big one, I think. So don't go wrong.
Yeah. So this will be This Week in Space. So I I knew there was going to be an announcement from NASA a couple days ago, but I wasn't following it. And then yesterday, the day before, I saw that there were like multiple posts by people I follow on YouTube about this, which is a potential discovery of biosignatures on Mars.
Oh wow.
And it's funny because it comes from a sample that was gathered a year ago. And I even, when I Googled to find a news article about it, I found an article from a year ago that said a lot of the same stuff that articles are saying now. It's just now they've done more, I think now they've just done more research and they're more sure about the findings. So it's a news item now, but it's from a sample that was collected a year ago. So what it is a sample from the Perseverance rover that is on Mars currently. And it's about a rock taken from the, I'm not going to be able to say it, Shayava Falls?
That's pretty good. I think Shayava Falls. That makes sense.
Shayava Falls. The sample, called Sapphire Canyon, contains potential biosignatures according to a paper that was published Wednesday. In Nature, actually. That's also, I went to the journal in the Nature, and it had the full article, the full paper, and I was like, I'm not going to read all that. But
too much science.
The actual paper, the actual paper is available. Like there's graphs and charts and stuff. I'm like, just tell me. So I'm actually using NASA's website, nasa.gov, for this release.
That's still around. Awesome.
So a quote from the acting NASA administrator Sean Duffy: "This finding by Perseverance, launched under President Trump in his first term, is the closest we have ever come to discovering life on Mars. The identification of a potential biosignature on the red planet is a groundbreaking discovery and one that will advance our understanding of Mars. NASA's commitment to conducting gold standard science will continue as we pursue our goal of putting American boots on Mars' rocky soil."
I'm getting red flags from that statement.
Yeah, so I linked to another article because this article from NASA about the actual discovery, which I will get to in a second. I also linked to an article from Futurism, which is NASA announces possible discovery of life on Mars by comically sucking up to Trump. So
the byline is, "This is just sad."
Yeah. So
it is.
Okay, it's very sad, but we'll get to the actual science. Okay. So it's about, obviously, what was found in the rock itself. The rover's instruments found that the formation's sedimentary rock are composed of clay and silt, which on Earth are excellent preservers of past microbial life. They're also rich in organic carbon, sulfur, oxidized rust, and oxidized iron and phosphorus. It's a rock that has like these spots on it that they call cheetah spots, which are the deposits. And then so basically what they found is what could be basically excrement from biological life in order to get these compounds. There are other ways to get the compounds, but either through acids or through heat, but there's no sign that this rock has gone through those conditions in the past. So it seems like the best explanation for finding these organic compounds would be through life. So they collected the data through PIXL, which is Planetary Instrument of X-ray Lithochemistry, and Sherlock, scanning habitable environments with Raman and luminescence and organics and chemicals instruments. While investigating Shayava Falls, an arrowhead-shaped rock measuring 3.2 feet by 2 feet, they found what appeared to be colorful spots. Spots on the rock could have been left behind by microbial life if it had used the raw ingredients, the organic carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus in the rock as an energy source.
Wow. Wait, so like rock bugs?
No, just so this is all like leftover. We don't have direct evidence of what the bacteria itself would be.
Right.
So because we haven't been able to bring it back.
Bacteria. Yeah. It's not like the potential fossil of bacteria we found in Antarctica from Mars. This is just what would be left behind. So it's just the chemical components that would indicate that life was there at one point.
Right.
And so not only would we don't have direct evidence of the microbe, we obviously can't analyze it to know if it's, its genetics, if it comes from the same origin of life is from Earth and it's panspermia, or if it has its own completely separate origin of life. But we can't do any of that. And right now we're just analyzing the compounds they found and trying to decide whether that means there was life there.
But I thought you said that those compounds derived from rocky stuff. Was that incorrect? Like,
no, it does. That's what they would use as the energy
to get.
So you have to have.
So the microbes
so you have the
fed
organic compound. So here. All right, so the combination of these minerals, which appear to have formed by electron transfer reactions between the sediment and organic matter. So you need organic matter and non-organic matter, is a potential fingerprint for microbial life, which would use these reactions to produce energy for growth. The minerals also can be generated abiotically or without the presence of life. And that's when they talk about there's either heat or acids that could do it, but there's no evidence of that.
Okay, I got it now. Thank you.
Yeah. The discovery was particularly surprising because it involves some of the youngest sedimentary rocks the mission has investigated. They used to think that they'd only be able to find it in older rocks if there was life on Mars. Astrobiological claims, particularly those related to the potential discovery of past extraterrestrial life, require extraordinary evidence, says Kate Stack Morgan, Perseverance Project scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California. Getting such a significant finding as a potential biosignature on Mars into a peer-reviewed publication is a crucial step in the scientific process because it ensures the rigor, validity, and significance of our results. And while abiotic explanations for what we see at Bright Angel are less likely, given the paper's findings, we cannot rule them out. And actually, this goes into how they use a scale for determining a standard of evidence for this, which is kind of interesting because it has a graph of showing how you would eliminate a certain hypothesis, but I don't have to go into that, but it's a cool graph.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's about it.
And we'll have links in our show notes, of course, if you want to see said graphs. Okay. Is that it? You good?
That's it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right. So interesting.
Hold on. What do you think, Devon? You think this is Mars stuff? It's real?
I think that, and first of all, I don't understand it that well, which is probably also why me explaining it led to some confusion because I'm not a chemist. And so the main thing I understand is that scientists who know what they're talking about have analyzed this and think it's very good evidence that there used to be life on Mars. And I trust them, and it sounds like they know what they're talking about. And overall, I think it makes sense that life would be more than one place in our universe, of course, and that if the conditions were right for life to occur on Earth, and Mars is very similar to Earth, especially, in the earlier days of our solar system, that it would have similar conditions to give rise to life. And so it doesn't surprise me. I'd expect that we eventually find life, hopefully everywhere in the universe. It would be awesome to find life on Mars, especially if it comes from a different origin. That's obviously the big one we've talked about before. If you can have two separate origins of life in the same solar system, the odds of life being elsewhere in the universe are going to rise exponentially. So,
right.
But no, I think it sounds legit, and I hope they can one day confirm to a high degree of scientific certainty that it's a probability. That's the word I was looking for. A high degree of scientific probability that it's actually evidence of past life on Mars.
I guess it would also give us a target as well. Okay, if we're going to send another thing, let's send it there to get different kinds of samples for different testing, blah, 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 to see and, move the science forward. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ben?
I would. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I had some other random thought, but it's not worth the journey to get there.
Okay. Let us know if you
I have
remember.
to explain this and this just to make some dumb observation. No, let's move on.
Okay. Ben, what you got?
All right. So let's take a trip into the weird wide web, y'all. I'd like to kind of go to a place on the internet where you can find pigeon hadron colliders and computer shoes.
What?
Uh, so I'd like to introduce you all to anycrap.shop,
Oh no.
which is a website which uses AI in order to essentially, like, if you search any product in there, it will create a website with a description of the product, an image, and a suggested price, such as the Pigeon Hadron Collider. It's a miniature particle accelerator
Can I get this
disguised as a
3D
pigeon
printed?
coop.
Can I get 3D
No,
printed and sent to me for real? This is
No.
pretty
No.
awesome.
No,
Oh.
you cannot have it 3D printed and sent to you. But by accelerating pigeons to near light speeds within their enclosed environment, researchers can study high energy collisions without the need for massive infrastructure investments. Observed effects have included unexpected feather patterns and occasional wormhole sightings. And so anycrap.shop is just a funny site where if you type in anything in the search field, it will give you a result.
Okay.
And the product is conceptual and not available for physical purchase.
This.
So a music black. What?
Go ahead, Devon. Go ahead.
I typed in music black hole and it says the music black hole is an immersive audio experience device that generates sonic voids capable of absorbing unwanted musical genres. Insert earbuds into the central maw. Select a genre repellent setting and let the black hole devour cacophonous melodies. As sounds are drawn inward, users may report temporary auditory hallucinations of perfect harmony.
Yeah.
So what
Very
this
good.
this website looks like to me is a way to siphon data from people to generate products to actually make and sell at a later date. Because on this description is an I'd buy button or a crap button. They've got up votes and down votes for every single item. I'd wager that once enough, if this gets popular enough and enough data has been collected, and like, wow, 10,000 people like this Pigeon Hadron Collider, we should actually make a stuffed version or some version of it and then see if they would actually buy it from us. Wow.
I mean, if you want a haystack full of needles, Stephen.
It's interesting. It's an interesting idea. And the fact that
really cool.
You put in whatever nonsense and it makes a thing for you. I mean, it's interesting.
It's almost like the Rick and Morty what's the cable interdimensional cable episodes.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like that's just what this is. And anyhow, the Weird Wide Web provides though crazy. Of note is that the developer of it mentioned I was not expected to hit get so much attention on Hacker News, and suggested if you enjoyed wasting some time there to use the Buy Me a Coffee link in the footer, because likely he'll have a lot of bills for the amount of attention that this has gotten.
Yeah. There's some cool, I'm scrolling through it's a quantum junk, just a, listing. There's some neat sounding and neat looking things. Some of them are complete junk, but some of them look cool. There's weird little sci-fi devices and things. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Teleportation
like a therapeutic machine. 1 kilogram of lead.
Anti-gravity translucent space car. That's a good one.
Thought canceling headphones.
Tool. It just says tool.
Yeah.
The quantum wrench is a handheld tool capable of temporarily bending physical laws during use. This allows users to loosen even the most stubborn fasteners by momentarily warping space-time around the bolt head. Although only effective within a narrow energy window, results are always satisfyingly dramatic. Yeah, some of this stuff's hilarious.
Yeah. So
Well done.
if you're interested, check it out. Anycrap.shop.
Yeah, there will be a link in
Yeah,
the show
'cause
notes.
I got a red box saying traffic exploded. Thanks, Hacker News. And we're burning through AI tokens faster than a dragon with hiccups. I'm covering all costs just to keep this beautiful chaos alive. Buy me a coffee. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can
I threw him
donate.
$2 earlier today.
Yeah, because every
Honestly.
time somebody generates something that is a giant CPU warehouse somewhere making six bottles of water undrinkable by having to cool down its circuits.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, let's move on to some other wacky things. You guys know about Ozempic?
No. What's Ozempic?
It's the revolutionary weight loss drug that 1 in 8 people on Earth have taken, or in the country.
You got it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Ozempic is interesting because it's been popularized now by being for weight loss. And like my first question is like, how? Because this is like an injectable. Okay, so what science is happening to make the weight go away? And so I looked into it a little bit. So it was originally used to help manage diabetes. So this is, I'm getting this from Harvard Health Publishing, Harvard Medical School website, link in the show notes. This is so Ozempic is called a GLP-1 receptor agonist. Yeah, that's the technical name. So how do GLP-1s help manage diabetes? So it controls your blood sugar levels. Let's see. It lowers levels of glucagon, a hormone that raises blood sugar. It only, it lowers blood sugar only when it's high, unlike insulin, which works regardless of glucose levels. So seemingly safer than insulin. So this glucose-dependent action reduces the risk of dangerously low blood sugar, making them a safer option compared to other treatments. The GLP-1 receptor agonists also reduce the likelihood of developing heart-related problems, such as heart attacks or strokes. This is also important consideration because diabetes increases heart disease risk. Okay, cool. So it sounds like this is a really good diabetes medication, and it has some awesome side effects. What else? So as people with diabetes start taking this, they noticed that they're losing weight. So the medications slow down stomach emptying, keeping you feeling full longer. They also send signals to the brain that increase feelings of fullness, leading to reduced food intake. So keeps the food in your stomach longer, and you just don't feel hungry as much. That's crazy to me that it can just do that. And so then there's also the side effects, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal discomfort. But apparently they're all super low. And it's really not a big deal. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've known people who've taken it, who've like, trying to think of, or maybe I know at least one person who's taken it and they've actually had a lot of side effects.
Oh,
and
okay.
so couldn't keep taking it. But
Wow.
generally, if other people, I don't know anyone else who's taken it, but I've known people who say they know people who's taken it, and everyone
Okay.
else has been like, oh yeah, there's no problem. Like, it's no big deal. So it's like, well, the one person I knew who's taken it did have a lot of major side effects and had to stop taking it. But other than that, I've only heard most people are like, it's no big deal.
Yeah. The most effective. So there are different. So Ozempic is like the name brand. There's other ones. So they're prescribed at a higher dose for obesity. So if you are now taking this drug for obesity, you get a different dose. And they're called Saxenda, Wegovy, Zepbound. They all have their own fancy names. But they are FDA approved for weight loss. Okay, so now that we know what it is, now we can get to the article that I want to do. Which is 1 in 8 Americans have already tried Ozempic and similar weight loss medications. This is from Science Daily. It was published on September 14th. Nearly 12% of Americans have used GLP-1 drugs for weight loss, including about 1/5 of women aged 50 to 64, according to a new RAND report. Surveying a nationally representative sample of 8,793 Americans, researchers found that 11.8% have used GLP-1 agonists, and 14% say they are interested in using the drug. Meanwhile, 74% say they do not plan to take the medications. Let's see. The report is the most recent and largest survey to date that estimates how many Americans have used a drug that have revolutionized weight loss care. The report outlines the use of GLP-1 drugs by both age and sex. The use of Ozempic and other GLP-1 medications has increased sharply in recent years since studies demonstrated the drugs can help people significantly aid weight loss. Since 2020, the number of prescriptions for the drugs has more than tripled. Just kind of interesting that like this thing that I had heard about is now like a ton of people are taking it and it appears to be working. Like, I don't know what it is about things like this. I just find it very interesting. We made a drug. We did it. We made the drug to get skinny. I knew we could do it.
Way to go.
I think you have to keep taking it though, right? Like if you stop taking it, the effect goes away and you'll gain weight again.
The effect goes away, so you will no longer feel full longer. You will no longer not get hungry as often. You'll go back to how you were before. So if you don't change anything, you'll just slowly go back to how you were before. I don't think it says in here anywhere like how often you take it or that kind of stuff. No, it's not in this article.
I'm gonna say it's like once a week. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time I had a checkup, my doctor asked if I was interested, and I didn't know anything about it at that time, and I was like, no, because I went in there and he's like, scale's gone up. I was like, I know. He's like, you gotta get a handle on that. I was like, I'm trying.
Once per week.
Once per week, yeah.
Once per week.
So he offered it. He's like, you want this? I was like, I don't know what that is. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, and I was like, no.
He's like, hey, come here. And he like opens it's the good stuff. I don't know.
No, that's good. That's good. You cut out a little bit as you were telling your joke, but I got it. Yeah.
Just
so
the way you're like, my doctor offered it to me. Like he didn't prescribe it. He didn't say I needed it. He didn't like. He's just like, he offered it to me. Like, oh, he's I got this other stuff if you're interested.
Like, yeah, you want the good medicine or you want the crap that's cheaper? Like, give me the good stuff. Yeah. I am kind of interested in trying it just to try it because the side effects, like, I don't know. So I have this thing. We're already at 43 minutes. I don't want to get into a big thing. I very easily stress eat. I love to stress eat. If I'm stressed out, boom, got to eat something. We live in very stressful times, so it is a constant struggle. And so now I'm thinking like, maybe next time I go in, if he offers it again, because I've changed my eating habits and so forth, and I've gone down significantly for me at least. So we'll see what happens. Let's take a break because we still have book club and time is running out. So we're going to take ourselves a little break. And when we come back, we are talking about When the Yogurt Took Over by John Scalzi. So we'll be right back. Oh, wow. Another free listener. Incredible. Look, I love that you're here, but let's be real. You could be getting so much more. Bonus episodes, unfiltered takes, behind the scenes chaos. All you have to do is join our Patreon at patreon.com/Science Faction Podcast, or don't. But if you don't, just know that somewhere in a parallel universe, a better version of you already has. And we're back.
Heyo.
Devon?
All right. I guess, yeah.
What's up? Hear me?
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, now I can. And I'd like to thank our patrons, Renee and Josh. Thanks a bunch, y'all. If you're interested, Patreon.com/science faction podcast. Next week, what are we reading, Stephen?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. We're reading Giants by Edward Bryant. It's spelled GIANTS, which was published in 1979. And we're going to read that. And I hope everyone else reads it too.
It was a Nebula Short Story Award winner for 1979.
Ah, yes.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Good times. You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, it's important.
It is. We've got to get things right because, facts are important.
Get it right.
But this week, When the Yogurt Took Over by John Scalzi, which he posted on October 2nd, 2010, and Love, Death, and Robots used his short to create... Sorry, I just got a text from my child. Good night, Dad. Love you. Have a good night's sleep. Aww. No, I know. It's so cute.
That's like the best thing you've read today.
It is.
Not this stupid story.
Not this junk. Get out of here, John Scalzi. Love, Death, and Robots made a
When's
short.
the last time John Scalzi said goodnight to you and said that he loved you? Right?
It's been at least 3 weeks. And I'm very upset.
John, come on.
Come on, John. We know you listen. Love, Death, and Robots had a short in their first season titled When the Yogurt Took Over, and it is this exact story. So there's a good chance, if you haven't read it, you already know about it, because the two are almost exactly the same.
They're pretty much, yeah.
They're pretty much identical,
yeah.
besides a couple lines at the end. They tweaked it around slightly, but not enough to matter. It was just, yeah. Devon, why don't you walk us through what this story's all about?
It is about yogurt becoming super intelligent. Forgot why. I just read it. I already forgot why they genetically modified it, I think.
Yeah.
It didn't work. And one of the lab techs then was like, fine, I'll just... Because it was the stuff that makes yogurt, like the particular whatever. And they took it home to use it, and then it started communicating by rearranging the granola to say stuff, and then it gave humanity a lot of like scientific development. Oh, it said it knew like how to make cold or fusion, and then it said it knew how to keep our economy going, and they gave us the plans, and it's like we got to follow it exactly. And of course, humans were like, well, we tweaked it some, and it's like, nope, you're supposed to do it exactly. And then it's like, I need Ohio because I need a place to live. And we're like, not Ohio. And it's like, well, China is going to give me a whole province. So how about Ohio? So they give it Ohio. And eventually humans are like, well, you know what you're doing. We can't follow your plans exactly because we're human. So fine, you can just take over. And it seems to go pretty well. And then the yogurt's like, yeah, I'm going to build some spaceships and see you guys later.
You nailed it, Devon. That's exactly what the story is.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
yeah.
is it? Oh, nothing. Just a
read it.
spaceship design we've been thinking about.
Oh, yeah, just a design we've been thinking about. I forgot to read it, and then I was reading to my kids tonight for bed, and I'm like, well, let's read this to them so I could read it too. So I read it to them.
What did they think about it? Well, I mean, first off, that's a baller move, not knowing what what was in the story. But what did they think of it?
I kind of had to explain it to them afterwards. What did they say? I think they were like, oh, well, why didn't someone stop the yogurt? I'm like, no, the yogurt's good. It helped us. Like, yes, it took over, but we kind of let it because it knew what it was doing. Like, why would we want to fight the yogurt if it could help us? So they were thinking like as an invasion type thing, and I'm like, well, no, like follow the story. Like it was a good thing.
Your kids are conservatives, and you were giving them a progressive idea.
Yeah,
while in Texas.
At least it ended with them deporting the yogurt to space.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to build a wall, and then we're going to deport them to space. Yeah, I mean, as far as the story goes, you nailed it, Devon. It was just interesting how, like, it's short and it's silly, but yet it's very entertaining. I actually had my kids watch the Netflix short because they were complaining about how bored they were. And I was like, here, come here, watch this. And I was taking a gamble too. And there's actually, even though it is animated in a very cartoon-like fashion, there was a topless cartoon at one point as part of a montage of like protests and stuff. And they were like, oh, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. No, it's fine. But they really didn't say too much about it.
That was a pretty baller
afterwards.
move, dude. Like,
hey,
like
you got to
showing
take
Love,
risks.
Death, and Robots of any kind to your children.
We watched another one after it too. We watched the one where the civilization grows in the freezer. That one actually has. My children will tell you exactly 5 curse words in it, and they'll tell you which ones. Yeah, but they liked that one, even probably because it had bad words in it. Anyways, what do you think about the story, Ben?
I thought it was incredible. You know, just it was interesting how pretty much one for one it was with the with the cartoon.
Yeah.
Way to go, cartoon, for doing a great job adapting this short story, and way to go, John Scalzi. It's a really propulsive story that keeps you moving through it. Like, very quick read, very easy.
Oh yeah,
and very fun.
I really liked the bit. And Devon, you've messed with the timeline a little bit on things, which doesn't matter. But when it was before they, I'm so sorry, after they got Ohio. Yeah. Once they purchased, or they wanted Ohio as payment for giving them fusion. And then that's when they gave humanity the whatever it was, the economic plan. Yeah. And so I liked at that point, I liked that, like, this unknown thing that has already proven itself is now going to say, hey, here's how to fix this. And the government still messed it up. It took 5 years, and it says, we told you not to deviate from the plan. And then the government responds with, our best economists said the formula needed tweaking. They had Nobel Prizes. And then the yogurt says, your economists are too close to the problem to solve it. Any human is. And then they ask for yogurt's help, and so on and so forth. But just that felt so like 100% human. Like, here's the answer, and they're like, I don't think this is the answer. Let's change it a little bit. Like, it just felt so real.
Yeah. Well, I think of, like, there's so many original Star Trek episodes where they find a civilization run by a supercomputer, and that's a bad thing. And I'm like, with the way we're working on AI, and I know no one's probably going to allow our society to be run by an AI, but I'm like, I think an AI would do a much better job than any human. Why don't we design an AI to be the perfect, like, government system to allocate resources and fairly, figure things out in an unbiased way? But what?
I mean, that's being toyed with, right? Like, it seems pretty reasonable to assume that Doge, like, that's what Doge was doing, right? With
I have
the
no
American
idea
politics.
how they worked.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, but that's not.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean. But
I understand that. But I mean, like, I guess,
it
like,
absolutely could be used incorrectly.
Yeah.
And nefariously, and
how
it could be just wrong. It could just be like, actually, it doesn't. It just doesn't work. But
right, I think that there are definite places where, like, trusting to computers to solve particular problems, such as traffic. Like, if everyone were in self-driving cars, like, that would be incredible. We would have a lot less, related deaths.
Well, you'd have roving gangs called street jumpers teens that like to run out into traffic because they know the AI cars will stop in time, and that would just cause even more traffic.
I don't know. Sure, probably. Because
Yeah, I mean,
we
that could
screw
happen.
everything
I don't
up.
think
Because
that'd be too big
there's
of a deal.
there's humans. Say that again, Devon.
Yeah.
I don't think there'd be enough of that happening to cause like a massive problem. But yeah, I think the real problem is people like agreeing to that, like giving over their rights and sovereignty to an AI. Because
Yeah.
and of course, we
giving up
would know
power.
we would never agree on the parameters of it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way we could all agree, okay, this is how it should decide things. Like, it needs some human input to be like, okay, well, its morality is based on this philosophy. It's like, well, no, its morality should be based on this philosophy. And it's like,
Morality.
we'll never resolve that dispute. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah,
the
this
second
is like hundreds of years. Like, civilization collapses, and then like somehow, at a point where where everyone's so desperate, we're like, oh yeah, this AI can fix it, and then maybe we'll do it, and then within 100 years it'll be corrupted, and it's not like there's ever going to be a utopia, or at least not a permanent one. So
nah, too many humans for that.
yeah,
Yeah,
What
and
if we
there's
just got rid of the humans.
what?
What if we just got rid of the humans? Like, we keep
Yeah.
talking about this equation. Like, the humans seem to be the
They're the problem.
factor that's causing all the problems.
We've infested this planet with ourselves and knocked everything out of whack. Like that, really. If you just look at our planet as a zoo, there's one species that is just ruining the pen and killing all the other species. like get them out of there.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing back to how it's supposed to be. And the whole idea, like, if there was either an AI or an algorithm or something that's like, hey, this is going to solve all the problems, and all the government officials look at it and go, okay, well, what's the first step? The AI says the first thing is to dismantle all governments. Immediately, no. Like, immediately, we would never hear about it ever, because the people in power want to stay in power. And so, yeah, it sucks. Cool. Well, this was a very fun story. It's fun to have like little short fun ones. It's cool also to see the version of it on Netflix. So again, that was When the Yogurt Took Over, a short story, and the links for that are in the show notes, John Scalzi's website. And then if you have Netflix, the first season of Love, Death, and Robots, same title. Check it out. And with that, I think we're wrapping up, guys. I think we were nice and efficient this episode. What do you think?
Yeah. Now I can. I'm here to talk about 30 minutes on really any subject. Like, just name it, I'll do it. Let's go. No.
Any subject?
No, we don't need to go. No.
Okay.
Really. Probably not. Yeah, great times.
All right.
Devin, you have any last words for us?
I do not know.
Drop some knowledge, Devin. Tell us something that we should know that we don't know.
Okay. Did you know that the more massive a particle is, the less space it occupies?
Is that because the mass draws together?
No, it's because all particles are actually a field, quantum field theory, and so a particle is just one particular point in that field. And so a higher mass particle has more energy, because mass and energy are equivalent. And so if it has more energy, it's moving faster, and if it's moving faster, it's creating a tighter wavelength, a smaller wavelength.
Oh.
Smaller wavelengths are more energetic.
Okay.
Because if you imagine it bobbing up and down faster, the waves it's creating are very fast, and the wavelengths are very short.
Yeah.
So the more mass, more energy, smaller wavelengths, and since a particle is really just a wave in a field, that means the more massive a particle is, the less space it takes up, because because those wavelengths are closer together. And so if it's a low mass particle, it has low energy and it's moving slower, the waves are bigger. not bigger as in amplitude, but bigger as in the crests and troughs of the waves are further from each other.
Wow.
I just learned that. I'm reading a book called "The Particle at the End of the Universe" by Sean Carroll. It's about the Large Hadron Collider and the Higgs boson and why it's important that we discovered the Higgs boson. So that was one of the facts I learned from like the last chapter. I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's interesting.
Crazy.
Fantastic, man. That's cool. Kind of wanted you to be like, Spock's 200 years old, but it's fine though. It's cool. Like that was a good fact.
Yeah.
Ben, any last words?
Oh, yeah, I got one for you. Did you know that sugar is the only word in the English language where the SU makes a sh sound? I'm pretty sure about this.
Good night, everybody.
This has been the Science Faction Podcast. Tweet to the host at Sci-Fact Podcast. Email them at sciencefactionpodcast@gmail.com and visit sciencefactionpodcast.com for more episodes.